Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Daniela. This is actually a series, a hair growth series. If you haven't watched the first two videos, I recommend watching it just so you get what's going on. I mean, you can start from wherever, but I recommend watching those videos because I think they will help and it just provides a better flow. Today we're diving into something that a lot of people deal with, which is scalp conditions such as dandruff and yeast overgrowth. These issues don't just make your scalp itchy or flaky, they can actually block your hair growth if they are left untreated. So let's break down what's happening on your scalp and learn how to fix it. Your scalp is more than just skin, it's an ecosystem. It has its own pH level and microbiome that work together to keep your scalp balanced and healthy. Healthy scalp has a pH between 4.5 to 5.5, which means it's slightly acidic. This acidic pH helps prevent bad bacteria, fungi, and yeast from taking over. Then we have the microbiome. This is a community of tiny organisms that live on your scalp. That includes bacteria and yeast. And yes, they're supposed to be there. There's actually good bacteria and good yeast. Some of the main microbiomes include, I wouldn't be able to pronounce these, but I'll put a list down here. Improper scientific. To be honest, I love science. I hope you do too. These are mostly harmless unless something throws the balance off, and that's when problems like dandruff and scalp infections begin. One of the biggest culprits of scalp issues is malassezia. Ugh, that was such a tongue twister. This is a yeast that normally helps break down sebum. Sebum being your scalp's natural oil, but when it overgrows, it throws everything off. Here's what causes that overgrowth. Excess sebum production. That is often triggered by hormonal changes. Another one is infrequent cleaning, so when you don't wash your hair, scrub your scalp, exfoliate your scalp, that allows oil and yeast to build up on your scalp. Another one is having a weak immune response, which fails to control yeast levels properly. And then this yeast overgrowth can lead to dandruff and a condition called Seborrheic Dermatitis. I'm just gonna put it here because I might be pronouncing that wrong. And this shows up as yellow greasy looking flakes, itchiness, red or inflamed patches on your scalp. That just sounds painful. And sometimes even a smell. So how does yeast affect hair growth? When yeast overgrows and causes inflammation, it doesn't just make you uncomfortable, it messes up your hair follicle. Imagine like your skin, because again your scalp is skin. Imagine you haven't washed your face in like a week or something. Your skin pores would be begging for something to just remove the dirt and all the buildup. It won't be able to breathe. Same as yeast on your hair. When it overgrows, your follicles won't be able to breathe. It not being able to breathe means it blocks off the chances for it to receive water or nutrients or even the benefits of your hair products because it's just too much buildup. So yeah, it messes your hair follicles, and that inflammation irritates your scalp and can weaken your hair follicles, and that can lead to breakage. It also causes constant scratching, which can cause mechanical damage to your roots, and in the long run this can slow down or even stop healthy hair growth. So if you're dealing with persistent flakes or scalp irritation, it's not just a cosmetic issue, your hair might be struggling too. So I have some good news. Yeast overgrowth and scalp conditions can be managed with the right routine. Number one, cleanse your scalp regularly. A hydrating pH balanced shampoo. So you want something that is gentle and not stripping. I will insert pictures if I can find some of examples of gentle shampoos that deal with these type of conditions. Tea tree oil is also great. I used to use it for my acne. Also great for your scalp. You can add a few drops of tea tree oil either in your shampoo once a week, or even in your, if you put oil on your hair, or if you're doing a hot oil treatment, you can add a few drops of tea tree oil or peppermint oil, and its antifungal properties can help regulate the scalp microbiome. Apple cider vinegar rinses are amazing. They help to restore the pH of your scalp and reduce yeast activity. You can just add a few drops of it in a spray bottle with water and just spray it on your scalp, and you can rinse it off. Don't forget your diet also matters. High sugar intake can feed yeast. Reducing excess sugar can make a big difference. Probiotics, so adding foods such as Greek yogurt or kefir in your diet and help rebalance your microbiome from the inside out. If the issue is very serious, look for shampoos with ingredients such as ketoconazole, zinc pyrithium, or selenium sulfide. These ingredients, and these are very powerful against yeast. So several scalp conditions beyond dandruff and yeast overgrowth can disrupt the scalp environment and negatively affect hair growth. Some cause inflammation, others damage hair follicles, and a few may even lead to scarring or permanent hair loss if untreated. I'm going to go through some of them and obviously put the spellings because I don't think I'll be pronouncing these properly, guys. Inflammatory and autoimmune conditions. These often involve the immune system attacking the hair follicles or inflaming the scalp. Number 1, seborrheic dermatitis. This is caused by yeast overgrowth and excess sebum, leads to itching, redness, and oily flakes. And chronic inflammation can weaken hair follicles. Another one is psoriasis. This is an autoimmune condition that causes thick, scaly plaques on your scalp, and the inflammation can affect hair growth, the hair growth cycle. And because of the inflammation, it leads to scratching, which also leads to mechanical hair loss. I can't say this, but this is a form of lichen planus that affects hair follicles. It causes redness, irritation, and permanent scarring hair loss, and it's often seen with painful bumps or scalp tenderness. Another one I can't pronounce. This is a chronic autoimmune disease that can lead to scarring, alopecia, and it causes inflammation, scaling, and pigment changes to the scalp. Next, we've got infectious scalp conditions. This is caused by bacteria, fungi, or viruses that inflame or damage the hair follicles. Number 1 is folliculitis. I can say that one. That's infection or inflammation of your hair follicles, and you can see that can appear as small red bumps or pustules, lead to scarring and patchy hair loss if severe or chronic. Another I can't pronounce, Tinea capitis, which is also known as a scalp ringworm. So that is a fungal infection that is more common in children. Causes red, round, bald patches, itchy, scaling, and sometimes black dots. It's highly contagious and definitely needs an antifungal treatment from the doctors. Another one is bacterial infections such as Impetigo. This can cause crusty yellow lesions and secondary hair loss, and it often occurs with open wounds on the scalp or even broken skin. Trauma or stress related conditions, these don't involve infection, but they still impact growth, and it's obviously involves the scalp. Things like traction alopecia, that is caused by repeated tension on the hair. So tight braids, ponytails, wigs, the combs on the wigs, frontals on your edges, the glue on your edges, the lace rubbing on your edges, anything tight, ponytails in the crown, that can cause traction alopecia. And initially it is reversible, but it can lead to permanent hair loss with scarring if that is prolonged, if the tight hair cells are prolonged. Okay, I can't pronounce this. This is a hair pulling disorder. It's often linked with stress and anxiety, and it results in patchy bald spots and damaged follicles. Ouch. I feel so sorry for people that have that disorder, because imagine being so stressed at the point you're pulling your hair out. That's oof. Hormonal or systemic conditions such as androgenic alopecia. This is also known as female or male pattern hair loss. This is a hormonal condition, and it's typically genetic. It's where hair follicles shrink over time, shortening the growth stage anagen, if you remember from the hair growth phases video. And this occurs on the crown or hairline. Another one is alopecia areata. This is an autoimmune disease where the immune system attacks the hair follicles. It causes sudden round patches of hair loss, and sometimes it does resolve, but it can become chronic. Environmental / external factors for scalp conditions are product buildup or poor hygiene, which clogs up the hair follicles, and harsh chemicals such as relaxers, bleach, or even some hair dyes that can damage the scalp and lead to burns or follicle trauma. Key connection across all these conditions is inflammation, follicle damage, or microbial imbalance. These all can disrupt the hair growth cycle. Putting all that together, if you have any of these conditions, I suggest going to a doctor, because some of these conditions you can't treat on its own. You need professional advice. The biggest takeaway from this video is your scalp needs balance in its pH, in its microbiome, and in your routine. When that balance is off, issues like dandruff and yeast overgrowth can interrupt the hair growth cycle. But once you start supporting your scalp with the right care, growth will follow. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, go ahead, like and subscribe, and comment as well. Share this with someone who might be struggling with flakes or an itchy scalp, or even any of the conditions that I mentioned. Next video, we're going to do a 101 on keeping your scalp clean without stripping it of its natural oils. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.